What kind of math student are you? Do you like math? Or do you just try to avoid it? Are you good at math? Or is math frustrating? Do you try your best? If you answered no to any of these questions, what's holding you back? Consider this question honestly while listening to the music. What is holding you back? Are you required to be smart or talented to do well in math? Of course, these traits help, but they don't necessarily mean that you will be successful in math. As you will see, there is more to it.
What I do know is that talent doesn't make you gritty. Our data show very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments.
So, talent isn't the only road to success. Neither is IQ. What is IQ? What activities do we do in 7th grade throughout the year to measure our IQ? Can IQ be a predictor of success?
In education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. But what if doing well in school and in life depends on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily? What struck me was that IQ was not the only difference between my best and my worst students. Some of my strongest performers did not have stratospheric IQ scores. Some of my smartest kids weren't doing so well. And that got me thinking. The kinds of things you need to learn in 7th grade math, sure, they're hard. Ratios, decimals, the area of a parallelogram. But these concepts are not impossible. And I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn the material if they worked hard and long enough.
So we've determined that talent and IQ are not the only indicators of success. Do you need to be smart and talented to make the most money in your job of choice?
And who's going to earn the most money? In all those very different contexts, one characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. And it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality.
True or false? You must be math smart to be successful in math class. Is there a relationship between grit and success? Do you need to be talented and/or smart to show grit? In fact, you don't. Talent and math smarts aren't necessarily associated with true grit.
Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. In fact, in our data, grit is usually unrelated or even inversely related to measures of talent.
How much grit do you feel that you have? At the end of this video, you will explore this question.
So far, the best idea I've heard about building grit in kids is something called growth mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and it is the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort. Dr. Dweck has shown that when kids read and learn about the brain and how it changes and grows in response to challenge, they're much more likely to persevere when they fail because they don't believe that failure is a permanent condition.
Growth mindset is the realization that your ability to learn is not fixed. It can be changed with your effort. That failure is not the end of the world. It's not permanent. Failure can be turned into success when changing your mindset about failure.
So growth mindset is a great idea for building grit, but we need more. And that's where I'm going to end my remarks, because that's where we are. That's the work that stands before us.
This is where your work begins. What is your commitment to being successful in math? Are you willing to put in the extra time and effort to move forward and prepare yourself for the 8th grade? It's possible. How much grit do you feel you have? Refer to the 12-question survey in Google Classroom. Please read the survey and answer the questions carefully and honestly. The only right answer is your answer. We will score your grit survey as a class and answer any questions you may have. Begin.